Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Craft and Release podcast. Today, we are covering release number 3.
Yes.
Which is love. All about love.
The girls love love.
The girls love love. We love love, and we know that everyone's definition of love evolves over time. So we're very excited to get into this amazing set of stories that cover everything from the ending of flings in Paris.
Yes. Oof.
Ooh.
I won't spoil the story too much, but
No, we won't. But you are in for a treat. Of course, we're going to kick it off today with a conversation about love that we didn't get to have, So it's very nice that we get these introductions to the theme itself, because we get to hear all the stories that get submitted, but never really get to chat about it, even though we talk about it on the side all the time, but we don't get to talk about it.
Exactly.
The theme in depth like we will today.
Yeah. And kind of like jumping off on it or jumping into it. What has been your relationship to love historically, Nneka? Or like, and thinking about maybe your perception of it, how you understood it, how we like grew up with notions about love.
I think I was lucky, especially in my household, of where there was a lot of love in the form of affection, love also verbally, which didn't happen in a lot of both of my parents' cousins' sides, of where, sure, love may have been through food or through care, shelter, but not necessarily through an I love you, a direct I love you, which my parents said all the time. I never, every single day, even now, we can't get off the phone without an I love you. Yeah, it's a very natural thing to do, and I know there's a lot of action that needs to be shown around that, but it was action and words. So I think I grew up in a healthy, loving environment. So but in terms of romance, entered into things early that showed me what love was not, which is very important.
Say more.
Say more, which love was not, of where it isn't possession, it isn't control, it isn't just a lot of the things that we couch under the umbrella of love that makes us feel wanted. But I think love to me has evolved into this definition of freedom and support, and something that fills from behind. It's like a well that never runs dry. Historically, I've had to see what it isn't to really come to what it is.
Wow.
What about you, historically?
And well, I love that you started with reflecting on like familial love, which I think is interesting in the stories that y'all are going to hear on this next batch. They run the gamut in terms of love, right?
Definitely.
Like I think, at least I thought we were going to get a lot of like romantic stories.
Yeah, we got more romance for other themes than we did for love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I think is really, really interesting. So familial love, the same way I think I saw a lot. I saw love from my parents mostly in action. Like the ways that my mother would like literally stay up with me all night long to help me with homework assignments, and just very over the top and above and beyond in like celebrating people. And I think in terms of romantic, I was like such a lover girl, and now I'm scorned.
Oh, please. Still are. Still very much is.
Still am, but I literally watched Love Jones once a week, just like
Seriously?
over and over again. Yeah, I was obsessed with that. To this day, I only listen to R&B music for the most part.
Yeah. That is fair.
I love a crooner.
You're a lover girl.
I'm a lover girl.
You are
kind
actually
of.
a lover girl. Yes.
But I do think it was about like big displays of affection and romance, and definitely like wanting to belong to someone, actually, and kind of what you were saying earlier, that love is not that, but like what the perceived security of belonging to someone.
Yes.
And like I remember my like first more serious boyfriend in post college, like the first time he said he loved me, the way that I wanted to hear it so much more after that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
And like the way it felt to receive it.
Oh my gosh. There's an insatiable
desire
what I mean? For like, how much do you love me, and how much can you say it?
Exactly.
Because
like,
receiving it, say it again. Say it again. Like, I need to be affirmed in this way.
Exactly. Yeah. And I do hear what you're saying, where I believe what you're saying is that when it's in a healthier state, you move past that need.
For sure.
Because it really ended up being like a validation thing.
Yeah. Of where the words almost mean more than the action behind
Exactly.
it, or the sentiment behind it, or the intention behind it.
Right. Which is interesting when I think now about the ways I'm reflecting on the way I received love growing up was through words, but also very much through action,
Action-oriented.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah. The words almost, the words don't matter though. I do
Words
love to hear
absolutely
it.
matter. Yeah, words
and I'm a
absolutely.
words of affirmation girly.
Okay, you're the love.
regardless.
We gonna go to love languages.
I know, right now we're talking love languages on the level.
No, it's human stuff.
Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of like historically, I guess, was just like kind of chasing love, wanting it so badly, and not even knowing why I wanted it. And maybe that's kind of where I am now, is like questioning why I want love. Romantic love.
Romantic love.
I mean, not questioning why, but maybe the questioning more is around like why I want a relationship or like partnership.
Ooh.
And if that's out of, I think I've answered the question now, but I think in the past it was out of just like wanting to have something, wanting to have a love.
Right.
And now I think about love as, I think about partnership as something that can just complement my life, bring joy, hopefully.
Just go, man.
There will be challenges, though, to support, mutual support.
Yes, yes.
And mutual growth, and somebody to just like chart the course of life alongside. And that should feel like exciting, fulfilling, warm, all the things, you know? Yeah.
I think, it's not mutually exclusive, right? It's not like you can't have the words. It's either words or action or words.
Right.
It is like, it can be both, but where are you weighting things? I think it's good to be self-aware in that regard, of where you're like, oh, I'm putting a lot on you saying it.
Right.
100%. Like I'm putting a lot on you saying it, and why?
Exactly.
Because you don't have to tell me you love me 600 times a day.
Yeah.
Like
that might actually get on my nerves.
Right. Exactly. But what are my expectations around love? How am I loving myself? I think that's a big thing that we go through as well, of like historically, what has loving yourself looked like?
That's a great question. And we have a story in this lineup from Lauren, who gets into a romance that allowed her to have self-love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. I mean, it's a great story.
Such a great story. When did you realize that you loved yourself? Or was there a way that you were showing up for yourself that
I think
demonstrated
oddly,
it to you?
it had a lot to do with hair. I know we already passed body, but like, I think, the TWA, like teeny weeny afro movement on YouTube, and like actually being able to look up products and things like that. I had a couple aunts who could braid hair. I feel like I started looking at myself through the lens of hair and women that looked like me, and being like, oh, it starts with like, yes, loving yourself internally. You almost don't even have that lens when you're little. You just are yourself.
Exactly.
Right? It's not like I have to look within.
Yeah.
What is looking within? Like, that reflective muscle isn't there. Right? There's not even that much to look into.
You have to say you don't even know yourself yet, or you're still evolving to know what you love.
Yes. So it's
about
like,
yourself, I guess.
I think I never really, thankfully, when I was younger, I never really struggled with trying to love what everybody else loved. Like I liked what I liked. I loved what I loved. Sure, gave into peer pressure a little bit with what other people were doing, but I felt like I've always had a pretty solid grasp on liking myself and learn to love parts of myself, especially in terms of appearance, that when you're going to like predominantly white places or schools, you just nobody is calling you attractive in that way, or seeing you in that way, or affirming you in that way. Whereas I would say like the self-love in terms of caring for my hair or caring for myself physically came at a later age, I would say probably like 17, 18. Yeah. But I don't think I can never say I've hated myself.
Yeah.
I've never felt that. When people say that, I'm like, that's a dark place to
people,
be. Yeah. Some people really have
it's
felt
true.
that. What about you?
That's heavy. Yeah, I think similarly, I feel like when I was younger, I was just kind of like trying to go through the motions and live to see another day. No, but you know what I mean? It's like, there's a quietness I think that you get in older age to, again, more time lived in your body, more time spent with yourself, that you really like hear yourself, know what you want, know how to advocate for yourself, and have like the choice an ability to do that. I think it requires having a certain sense of independence that you can like practice that self-love to an extent. You know, when you're, because the way I'm thinking about it, manifesting is like literally in my choices. Recently, I've been like trying to stay in on the weekends so that I can get up and like work the next day. Because like I know that I need that and that makes me feel good. So I'm like, that's showing self-respect. It is. To an extent. Or even people I've decided to not be romantically involved with has been a manifestation of self-love. Yes. Yeah, just knowing what I don't deserve and what I do deserve. I think all of that has been where I practice self-love in its truest form. Yeah, like how you the type of home you choose to like create for yourself, cultivate for yourself, what you want to come home to. Absolutely. Making your bed in the morning or whatever, you know. Yeah, it's combinatorial. Like it is like compound little things. It's true. Like how you take care of yourself. Yes, take care of like mentally, physically. You're right. Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to therapy every week. Like that's an act of showing that I care for myself, that I love myself. You know what I mean? It's an investment in self. Exactly. You know, that's not like, you know, we are in a very self-helpy great lock-in time. I do think you have to be in tune with yourself to know what you need. Not just what you want. Yeah, you know, what you need. It may be it may actually go against how you like feeling good in the moment. Yeah. Is an act of self-love of like, there is a greater benefit, a greater payoff if I do this thing now. Exactly. Yes, because I love myself. Because I love myself. Exactly. Right. Yeah. And, you know, I have this now tradition every year that I spend my birthday alone, which someone said to me the other day, like, may this be the last birthday you spend by yourself. Someone said that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, unless I'm with my lover. Okay, fair. That's my romantic lover the next time around. But I've like kind of like named these trips. Like I'm taking myself on trips now, but in the beginning I took myself out to like an omakase dinner. I went to like a fabulous spa another year. Last year I went to Jamaica. This year we're going to the Caymans. We just keep leveling it up. I love that. And yes, no, literally. Yeah, it just keeps leveling up. And I'm like, I call these trips like I'm tricking on myself. Like this is top tier tricking is actually what I call it. And I'm going to give myself everything that I love. Because I deserve it, and I love myself. You know and you can provide, and it for yourself. And I can do that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. I think that decision, regardless of what people think, you know, that's projection. That's a projection. Exactly. Of I hope this is the last. Maybe you don't want to spend it by yourself, but knowing Glynn, you're around people 72 hours a day. Literally, I'm like, please. 72 hours a day, 8 days a week. So if you on your birthday are like, I want to just fully enjoy my own company. Exactly. Reflect on what this last year has been crazy. Exactly. Reflect on the magnitude of the last year and what's to come. Then you deserve time to do that. Exactly. And to your point, to enjoy one's own company, that's also a way of loving yourself. Like if you can stand to be with yourself. Yes. Which takes a lot of people a lot of time. Oh yeah. A lot of people are like, I cannot go out to eat by myself. Yeah. Or let alone go travel by myself, right. Where it's like, you're never really alone. There's always people you're going to meet. And I do think it kind of oddly opens up more opportunities for that, to let the world in when you're by yourself. I agree. In ways 100%. That like it's a bit closed off sometimes when you're with friends on a trip like that. So yeah, I think it's your new year. So yeah, it's my new year. It's your new year. Exactly. Celebrate how you want. Yeah. Yeah. Self-love. Self-love. That is self-love. Yeah, I'm thinking about all these other manifestations of love. And I know we just wrapped up friendship. And I had a friend one time that was like, why don't we say I love you when we hang up the calls? It was so funny. A little interesting. But at the time I was like, what? But there are, I mean, yeah, I guess there's different dynamics with friends, but I have a few friends that like, when we hang up the phone, we say I love you every time. And it's the sweetest thing. And just, I've been thinking more and more about how much love exists within friendships too. Absolutely. Yeah. I think I've probably said this on the last episode that I felt like I was in love with like all my friends at a certain point in time. Yeah. Yes, you have said that. Yes. But friendship is, I mean, especially because it's such a not saying romance isn't, it's absolutely chosen as well, but like friends that aren't coworker, you know, outside of work, like people that are choosing, you actually are choosing to be in each other's lives. Yeah. With no obligation to each other. That's a
there has to be love there.
Has to be.
I think, yeah, there has to be love.
Yeah, there's this like video that was going around of these like 3 old ladies that met in college, and they're like in their 80s or something now.
Wow.
And the interviewer asked them like, what do you love most about this dynamic or these relationships? And the woman was like, because it's a thing I made.
Wow.
And I was like, yes.
Yes, it's true. It's true. And the variables that have to occur to be in each other's lives, like there's so much.
And to stay there.
And to stay there. It's a written history of you. Like these people complete your memories in so many ways that.
So true.
I think the older we get, we realize love takes many forms.
Absolutely.
Outside of romantic love or familial love. There's so many people that show you love and that give you love. And so many people that we do that in return to, that it's so vast. It is everywhere. It's...
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. You're actually making me think about ways that people can identify small acts of love that happen every single day. Yeah. Maybe even with like strangers sometimes.
Absolutely. I saw a video of somebody being like, how intimate is it to be brought a cup of coffee? Like,
right, exactly.
It's such a beautiful, intimate act.
It really is. That somebody sat and poured that for you.
Yes.
Brought it over.
Yes.
Bringing you something warm and comforting. Ideally, whenever you're having like a really good meal prepared by someone with like a lot of intention and care and love and passion.
Absolutely. There's a million working hands to make sure that you feel some sense of love if you're willing to notice it every day.
Absolutely. I'm even thinking like not even to pat ourselves on the back, but like, like even when we do with Craft and Release, I think we pour so much love into every single thing.
We do. I think that's why we feel it mirrored back.
Yeah, exactly.
So
feels like a loving space.
Very loving, very warm, people are taking care of each other in just micro interactions. You know, if you're awkward at first, they're willing to hold that space for you. That's love, you know?
Exactly.
That's love in many ways, shapes, and forms of like, can I accept you for who you are in this moment? Whether you show up perfectly or not.
That's real. Yeah. To grace the stage and be received.
Yes. And
our
with community
openness.
With openness and a welcome that I know that we haven't experienced in other spaces in the same way.
100%.
So that is an extension of us, I would like to think too. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's an extension of us.
Should we shift gears into some all too human?
Yes. Let's go into some love questions.
Yes.
I guess I'll
I'm scared.
Ask you first. I'm going to throw you a softball.
Thank you.
How have previous relationships, romantic relationships, impacted your views on love?
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm thinking about like that relationship that I had like post-college where I felt like it's me trying to put a timeline on like when somebody should be saying they love me at what point. So I was going to say it didn't take that long, right? And for that one, took a couple months, I guess.
Okay.
But yes, like how much I chased wanting to hear that affirmation from him. And then I had another relationship like in high school where it was so clear to me that we were in love. And I believe I said it first. And I don't think he said it back. And it took a long time for him to ever say it back. It took like after we broke up, after we tried to get back together, kind of, sort of, had this like off and on thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you were saying it actively.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder.
How did you...
or like somewhere in the recesses of my trauma.
Did you feel... I mean, I don't necessarily believe in completely unconditional love, but like, did you feel like it didn't matter whether he gave it back?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think... But it actually makes sense, though, probably why then I wanted to hear it so badly later in life, right? But I knew it to be the case. Like, I was like, this is so obvious to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay with it, I think.
Wow.
In some ways.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm just thinking about all the people I've said I loved. Then I dated this guy in grad school who told me he loved me, and I was like, oh no. Oh.
That was more of an response.
Yeah,
internal.
I was like,
did you say that?
No. Nope. Did
Wow.
not say it back. I remember being like, I received this. It feels good to be loved by you.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think I probably said I'm not ready to say it back yet.
That's honest.
And then it took years, and he got me this extremely thoughtful gift that just made me blurt out I loved him back. But I didn't mean it,
That's fair.
even when I said it. And he was very shocked. He was like, wow, I'm shocked. He probably knew I was
It was a like
capping.
Yeah,
a
knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah. I think he probably literally was like, oh, I'm surprised or something. And I don't think I ever said it again after that, too, which says something, I think.
Oh, absolutely does.
Yeah, anyway, how has that shaped my views now?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, I guess, when I think about those 3 relationships that are pretty, like, significant. When I think about the first one where I didn't hear it, and then the last one, the grad school guy, where I did, both of them still, like, showed up in ways where love felt like an action. Especially the grad school guy, low key. Unfortunately, damn, it'd be like that every damn time.
Yeah, that's real.
But like, just such a supporter and advocate for me, and definitely, I think, saw parts of myself that I didn't even know were there until many years later. I don't know how that has impacted my view on love and relationships.
Yes,
what does it mean?
How has it moved? Like, what would you say it was from high school to even though, yes, your reaction to all of these 3 different people or these 3 people were different.
Yeah.
Did, like you just said, you're like, oh, the support that he gave. Like,
did
it
I think
shift what you think or you're looking for?
Yeah, in love. I think also it's all made me feel, I feel extremely, like, the word is not selective, but maybe it's also because I've cultivated so much self-love, so much love in other areas of life that I don't feel as eager as I did before, or as, I don't want to use the word desperate, but it felt like that sometimes, like a desperation, like this deep desire, craving to be affirmed, to hear that I was loved, that, like, you know, I want it to come when it feels right, and I want it to feel fluid. The first 2 relationships that I referenced, like, when I said I loved them, it flew, it like just rolled off my tongue with so much ease, because it was like, of course I do. Like, it just felt so natural,
right?
And that's how I would like it to feel. Whereas in the third one I referenced, it did feel, it was like clumsy coming out of my mouth.
You were very conscious of telling this person this thing that you might not mean.
Exactly, and I do think it also reflects the fact that I can trust that instinct and feeling, and that I'll know when it's arrived.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because I do think that there were times when I was just like, what does that even mean? What does it mean to love someone? I mean, that's even like a bigger question. Like, how do you know you're in love with someone?
Right.
Yeah, which that's also like kind of like a silly ass question that people ask. What's the difference between loving someone and being in love with someone?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a difference?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think they're like sisters, you know, but I think that being in love with somebody, I don't know if I'm going to give the best definition. To me, you're engaging in a dance with someone in that way of, like, it's an active like feeling that has to be maintained, versus loving someone I can just do. I love my parents,
right? Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not going on dates with my parents,
right?
I'm not making sure that they have, maybe I'm cooking the food that they like, you know, once a week, or making sure they're okay in certain ways because they have each other, thankfully. But I think being in love is less of like a, oh my gosh, like I'm just floating off the ground feeling, than it is like a fire that you stoke, like you continue to stoke in, you know, this dance with somebody. To me, there's a bit of a difference of where I can love a friend, but I also think we can be in love with our friends, like you said, where there's this active dance that we're doing with said person.
Like a sort of world you've built.
Exactly.
For the 2 of you.
Yes, and I do think that you have to do that, like to maintain this feeling that brought you guys together, you know, as friends, as lovers. I think that there's certain things that need to be done in order to have that feeling remain. I think we think it's just like with time it fades, but there were specific things that happened that led to that feeling of like, yo, I'm actually in love with this person, and it's something that I can still stoke and cultivate. And it's not just this like magic thing that is there 1 minute and dies the next. Like it can be, I believe, very much so maintained in the same way like a heartbeat continues and is steady and consistent. But when we're younger, I think that like passion we think is being in love, you know, and it can feel that way very much so. But I do think there's like a steadiness to being in love that we don't talk about as much as when we're referring to this, you know, forest fire of a feeling that
100%.
you have for somebody that is a mix of chemistry and sometimes toxicity. And, you know, like it may like feel like, oh, I'm in love with this person, when really it's just a chemical reaction to maybe a thing you can't have. Maybe, like a million different scenarios of where I've gotten older, I wouldn't consider that necessarily being in love with somebody, rather than being extremely attracted to them or their lifestyle or whatever it is, you know, frontal lobe not developed. So
exactly.
Just, right. You're like, I'm just this love of my life, you know, that's a different feeling, I think.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I think when you were talking about the dance, I think when I've recognized that I loved someone, it would feel like I was in, I don't know if this is like healthy or like realistic, but I hope that it is in my future relationships. Like I feel like I lost time with them.
Yes.
You know, you're just like in it with them.
It is a world, like you said.
It's like a world we built. Like
it's a world you're in, and an introduction to their world makes your life that much more exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And fulfilling. It is like I don't know, that invisible string shit is real, and you have no idea the world of possibilities that's going to be opened by entering into someone's life, and vice versa.
I need to be asking for advice from the married lady.
Oh my goodness, please.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Multiple, yes.
Multiple?
Yeah, I do. I don't believe in a single soulmate, no. There's too many, like, probability. There's too many people.
Where is mine? If there's so many people, I don't understand.
Lot for Glynn. We just got to ask you what you're looking for. That's going to be my next question. What qualities are you looking for? But yeah, I think that there's compatibility exists on so many planes. Like, I think that there is.
Is that what you think makes a soulmate?
Yeah, I think compatibility, time and place, attraction. I just still think attraction has to be there. I think that I used to think that I'd have to compromise. I think I made peace with compromising before I met my husband. I'm going to have to probably, maybe because I was in the Midwest, I was like, well, he's going to be super religious.
You better stop.
I know. I mean, but he's, you know, there's going to be some things that we're probably not going to align on. Like, I think there are people that you meet where you're like, oh, we could do absolutely nothing together and still talk for hours. There's nothing that we run out of talking about. Like building a life together feels very easy. They feel like home in multitude of ways. I think that it exists on a friendship level. It exists on a romantic level. They feel, I don't know, it's like a missing limb. Like you really didn't realize that you were missing a piece of yourself until you met the person. And I think that it can happen more than once, to be honest. I don't think it's like just a one and done thing. I think that you can meet multiple people, and it's rare. I think it's extremely rare, but I think you can meet multiple people that do that. And you just know. And I used to think people were crazy when they said that, but you can recall there's few people where you're like intoxicated by the conversation.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's few people that actually do that to you.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, man, I kind of like really, to me, one of the biggest compliments is I just want to hear what you think. You know, I'm actually want to hear your perspective on this. I want to, because there's plenty of people you're like, I do not care about what you're saying. I could do life with you is a soulmate thing. And I think just pure numbers, there's going to be more than one person. But I do think like, yes, there's people that you meet where the chemistry is undeniable. And you could build a life together and a future together simply because you align philosophically, you align in terms of attraction, you align in terms of morals and ethics, and like when that shit is like ding 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 ding, you're like, okay, yeah. Like, wow, we could actually do this. Most people just nail it off to like one person. I just don't believe that. That's nothing is a one. Like you have what exists in a singular fashion on this planet?
Your soulmate. No.
Your soulmate, Glynn Pogue's soulmate.
My soulmate. No. I mean, when you think about it that way, it creates a lot of hope. So that's good.
Yeah. Get out there.
I want to ask you another one right away, but
go ahead.
Okay, good. Oh my God, these were crazy.
Dude, I don't.
We had on here. Have you ever been in a love triangle?
Oh, really? Have I? I actually have never been in a love. I want to ask you the same question after I answer. Have I ever been in a love triangle? That like you know of?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I have dated men that I know were actively dating other women, and I was happy about that. Yeah, I was at a point where I was like, I really don't. I'd been in very committed relationships for a while. I think from late teens to 20s to where people wanted to be together for like 2-3 years. You know, like, and that takes up a lot of time. So during the time that I was like times where I was single, I was like, let me just date people
that are also dating people.
That are dating people.
We're just dating. Everybody's dating.
Everybody's dating. We don't know.
It's not serious.
Like, yeah, I'd rather date this one. He was definitely narcissistic. But it's like, I enjoyed it because I knew I wasn't the only woman he was talking to. So, and there would not be any form of commitment that I wanted from this particular person. So it's like, triangle, I don't know what it was, but it was one where I was like, I truly do not care if you're like, I have a girlfriend tomorrow. I wouldn't care. Yeah. Oh, well, but it wasn't one where I didn't know or, you know, it was the boy's mind type situation. Never, ever. I don't think I would ever put myself in that situation. You could have whoever it is.
You end up in it and you don't even know how you
have you there. Ended up in one?
Yeah. Not a love triangle, but just men that be lying. They just be lying. Just be lying.
Did they say they were monogamous and
said that they were single?
Oh, single.
Like men that said they were not, they were unattached.
To anyone. And they were actually attached.
And then people are in my DMs.
That's fair. That is fair. They would engage in a triangle with you. They would have. I
think if you're in a love triangle, well, no, I guess not. If you're in a love triangle, everybody should know. But
everybody should know, but sometimes you don't know.
Yeah.
But they wanted a triangle with you.
No. They were in my DMs, like being like, "Girl, stop texting my man."
Okay, I didn't know. I thought it was a man.
No.
Okay.
No, it was like a unicorn scenario.
Okay, fair. Stop texting my man. It's crazy. You're with
you got a girl? Oh.
I could never. I would never. You would never catch me saying stop texting my man. Ever. Like, why are we having, we don't know each other.
Right.
The person I do know, I'm going to talk to. What?
Yeah. Crazy. Trying to think if I'm sure the only like actual love triangles probably happened like on the playground or something.
That's
when,
fair,
like everybody liked the same
Elementary
guy.
school, absolutely. Yeah. Everyone likes the same man.
Exactly. Yeah.
You grew up to be bald. Okay.
Exactly.
One more for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe, because you said that you felt that loving feeling from at least 2 out of the 3. Can you describe or share a memorable moment when you first realized you were in love?
Lord, Nneka.
Because you have the Love Jones stuck in your head. I know that it was like, was there a piano present?
Right. I'm like, what was it?
Dark room. Yeah. What was it? Like, was there a moment too? Because you're a lover girl. You think in scenes.
I know.
You're a writer.
Right?
There definitely was a moment.
I know. I'm like, I wonder if I can put it in a singular scene. But it's interesting. What's coming to mind for me for 2 of the relationships, the people that I loved. They were both like when everything was really flowing. They were both over summers.
Ooh.
And it's so easy to fall in love with someone in the summertime. Oh my God.
Yes, everything about the summer lends itself.
You know? And like we would spend these marathon days together. Just one thing to another, to another, to another. And every single day felt like magic. Truly. And so this one guy that I dated post college. Yeah, the one that I did. I'm like, was that post-college? Oh, yes. I don't remember, actually, child. I think so. There was some overlap there, to be quite honest. With a couple of them. But it was the first day that we had ever hung out. We were friends in college, and I was living in LA for the summer. And I wrote to him like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm in LA. Let's hang out. Let's go to brunch. And we were like this in college, like very close friends. And we were sitting down to brunch and just catching up and like just so excited to talk to each other, like just yapping away. And I remember the bartender had sent us over like just a whole carafe of mimosas for free. And he was like, you guys just look like you're having such a good time together. This is for you. Which was like also, wow, an act of love.
Exactly.
But it was like, it was almost like he had like foretold the whole thing in a way. And yeah, from there, the day just kind of, every day felt like it was like ours, really, in a way. Like I remember after that, like we had brunch, we stayed there forever. We drove around. We were like, we should go to the pool. We go back to his crib. We go to my dorm. We get bathing suits. We go like crash a random hotel pool.
What?
We went to dinner. I found all these like little letters on the ground from like a sign, like, you know, like those little ones that you like slide into a sign.
Yeah.
And we were just using them to make words on a table. Like we were just doing the most random stuff. And it just felt like so adventurous and free. And that was the first day we had hung out like that before. And it wasn't even like in a romantic context, but I remember after that feeling like I just wanted to see him over and over and over again. And like it was like the most perfect day. And the next, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I hadn't reached out to him, but then the next day he wrote me and was like, wow, I had like the greatest time ever.
Wow.
Like, when are we going to do that again? And we started like hanging out every single weekend. But yeah, I probably didn't even notice it then, but it definitely was the budding of a thing like that perfect summer day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was beautiful. No, we don't speak.
That's really beautiful.
Now he's blocked.
That's fair. It happens like that sometimes. But that feeling of magic.
Yeah.
You know, of timelessness, like you said.
Exactly. Yeah, like it was just time suspended every time. And it was just, and like I said before, I don't know if it's realistic to hope that love will feel like that all the time, but I hope that it does sometimes.
Do you attribute a day like that to who he was, or just like environmental factors, like the world at
like
play?
Circumstance in that way too, which is interesting, right? Because then life starts happening. But it was summer. I was about to start a new job. I had some savings. I was at liberty.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think it also kind of it was just like the right components. And it was about having time to spend.
Yes.
And I have no time
anymore. This girl, man. You will make the time when it's appropriate.
Exactly.
When it's appropriate. But I do feel like that. I don't know. You're right. I think there's it is good to, I think, reflect and see how many of those things were like elemental or
you know, like circumstantial
versus character.
No, you're right. You're right. I think it was also just like the way that we moved through days, I think, was reflective of us being so like in sync. You know, which is what you were saying before as well. Like just doing this dance with one another.
Yeah.
Never tiring of one another. Like even if we weren't speaking, also it just felt not speaking, like, you know, we'd be on these long drives together and we might not always be like the yappiest, but there was just like this like ease.
Yes, yeah.
And comfort.
In the silence.
In the silence. Yeah, I think that's like a true marker.
Oh man, that's so important, where you don't need to fill the space.
Yeah.
You know, the space is full.
With
the both of you together.
Exactly. You just share a glance.
Share a glance.
And that's it.
Share a sound, you know? Like it's, they call it like parallel play and stuff.
Oh, I was going to say, I already do that as it is. It's called body doubling.
Body doubling. Who
just have my friend come sit next to me when I need to do work and just watch me.
That is crazy. Body doubling.
Body doubling. Yeah.
My last question for you. because you can plug yourself on, I guess, our podcast. Like,
oh, what am I looking for?
Yeah, what attributes are you looking for? Since I think, you know, you have an array of people as friends, you meet an insane amount of people, I think, in general. You're assessing who these people are in terms of character, in terms of philosophy, in terms of, you know, how they show love, how they receive love. What are some of the important things to you when looking for a future partner? What are some non-negotiables, I would say?
Mm-hmm. Support, like, always comes up for me. Support, because I think that's a extension of care. Yeah, somebody who's gonna lighten the load. Sometimes I say this and I'm like, my friend jokes that, like, they're like, so do you want a house manager? You know? But it's funny too, because throughout this whole conversation, I've been thinking about my bestie, Brenton.
Yes.
And he does such caring little things. Like we were at an event last weekend, and there was like a tray of grapes in the corner, and I was like, God, I would love some grapes. He's like, oh, you want me to get you some? I was like,
that would be lovely.
Yes, because I don't want to get up and go over there. Or like we order a DoorDash, and he's like, I'll go down and get it. Like, just, I don't know. But it's like those like little things.
No, it is. It absolutely is.
Like, matter.
Yeah.
Attentiveness. Attentiveness, like, care, consideration, support, affection, words of affirmation.
Oh, you got it. You got the list.
I know. I'm like, damn, I actually know what I want.
You do know what you want.
Spontaneity.
Sag. She's a Sag. She's a Sag. Yes.
Before we go, though, was there a moment that you knew that you were in love? A singular one?
I mean, I think like when I saw Courtney around my extended family. Like, we went to first year of dating. We were in Cambodia and Nigeria, which was insane. Yes, the first year we had we went to Cambodia and Nigeria the first year. So it was like he fit in so perfect. There was no I'd traveled with friends before, and there were issues culturally of where there's a level of ignorance that is normal, but still one of where I'm like, man, I'm irritated, versus Courtney was just so well received and also just so loving and kind and supportive. And he was that before we met, because the very invisible string of he threw me my first photo gig. Very giving person.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, so it's like I had seen it in action prior to us even being romantically involved, but seeing how he'd extend himself to even my extended family was one where I was like, oh wow, this is somebody that I want to build a life with. And also damn, I really love, I love this man, I love this person, period, of just how they operate, how they move through the world.
Yeah.
Without where I find myself hesitating, they give freely. And I think that I liked how the elements of his character rubbed off on me. And I think that's just rare to have in your life, of where you can truly say, this person makes me a better person. And I feel like I realized that very early, just from him operating. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm more stingy than I think in comparison. Maybe I'm more stingy with what I call love in comparison to someone else, you know? So I think I quickly had never seen a person I was dating in these scenarios move so freely and so easily. And he's very attentive. I agree with completely what you said with B, of where it's the little things that you just don't have to worry about. That it's not a big deal. It's like, girl, I'll get it. Girl, sit down.
Yeah.
Girl, don't worry
please.
about it. So yeah, I think there's multiple moments that I think still happen for me, but early on, it was definitely seeing them with other people you love is always a plus.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, how people treat other people too. It says so much.
Oh, it says everything, because it's
about their character.
Life is long, so it's how they treat people in your life, or that have already been there, that love you. how are they loving them as well?
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Love. If we can add Keisha Cole, yeah. Or Music Soul Child. You're saying Music Soul Child. Music Soul Child. Yeah.
This is a good one.
This is a great one. So many stories
Yeah.
to hear. And also, we can't wait to hear your thoughts about love, how that definition has changed for you. Also, answer some of the questions that we asked each other in the comments.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you. Literally.
We've been in a love triangle.
Have you been in a love triangle? If so, tell us about it, please. We can't wait for you all to dive into season 3.
Yes.
Release 3. Love.